Welcome. We bring you Japan's latest news every day. AI sums up what matters, so you can stay informed in English in just a few minutes. If you find it helpful, please like and subscribe. Man arrested for allegedly killing his girlfriend in Sapporo apartment. A woman believed to be the suspect's girlfriend was killed in an apartment in Sapporo. A 33-year-old man has been arrested in connection with the case. According to police investigation, the suspect allegedly beat the woman to death with a hammer. The incident came to light when the suspect voluntarily went to a police station and confessed, saying, "I killed my girlfriend." Police are currently investigating the circumstances and motive behind the crime, and are questioning the suspect. Evacuation order issued for 2,083 residents in Kakunodate, Semboku City, Akita Prefecture. Semboku City in Akita Prefecture issued an evacuation order at 4 p.m. for 924 households and 2,083 residents in the Nishi-Nagano district of Kakunodate due to heavy rainfall causing water levels in the Irumani River flowing through the city to exceed the flood danger threshold. This corresponds to Alert Level 4 on the 5-level warning system, indicating that dangerous conditions are imminent. Residents are urged to move promptly to designated evacuation shelters. Please pay close attention to the latest weather information and updates from the city, and prioritize your safety above all else. Evacuation order issued to 926 households, 1,922 residents in Rikubetsu town, Hokkaido. Following the issuance of a Level 4 landslide hazard warning, Rikubetsu town in Hokkaido issued an evacuation order at 2:46 p.m. to 926 households and 1,922 residents living in 20 districts throughout the town. The evacuation order corresponds to Level 4 on the 5-stage alert system, indicating a heightened risk of landslides occurring. Residents are urged to move promptly to designated evacuation centers. Please pay close attention to the latest weather information and instructions from the town, and prioritize your safety in all actions. Massive collection of ancient documents from late Heian period discovered inside Buddhist statue, including records of Minamoto no Yoshinaka. A large number of ancient documents from the late Heian period have been discovered inside a wooden statue of Amitabha Buddha, designated as an important cultural property and housed at a temple in Osaka. These documents contain detailed records of the social conditions and turmoil during the Genpei War period, and include references to the military commander Minamoto no Yoshinaka. According to experts, the discovery of such a large collection of documents from this era is extremely rare. Scholars believe the documents were preserved inside the Buddhist statue because people at the time placed valuable records within the revered religious object to protect them. The ancient documents are expected to undergo detailed analysis and make a significant contribution to clarifying Japanese history during the period of conflict between the Minamoto and Taira clans. JAXA's reusable rocket experimental vehicle successfully completes flight and landing test. The Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency, JAXA, conducted a flight test of an experimental reusable rocket on the 11th in Noshiro City, Akita Prefecture. The experimental vehicle performed normally in flight, ascending to a height of approximately 11 meters before successfully landing as planned. The reusable rocket is expected to realize lower-cost space transportation by being used multiple times rather than discarded after a single use like conventional rockets. With the success of this test, JAXA is expected to accelerate further development in the future. Olympic concert. Medal-winning athletes from Olympics and Paralympics share their stories. An Olympic concert was held in Tokyo, looking back on memorable moments from this year's Winter Olympics and Paralympics. Dramatic footage displayed on large screens was combined with orchestral performances to showcase the athletes' achievements. 12 medal winners took the stage, including Masatoshi Tatsuka, who won gold in men's snowboard halfpipe. The athletes shared their personal experiences and emotions, moving the audience deeply. It became a special time where the thoughts and feelings of athletes who competed in the Olympics and Paralympics were shared with many people through music and images. Chief Cabinet Secretary Sato visits former Prime Minister Abe's grave on behalf of Prime Minister Takagi, delivers tribute. It has been 4 years since former Prime Minister Abe was shot and killed. In response, Chief Cabinet Secretary Sato visited Yamaguchi Prefecture on behalf of Prime Minister Takagi to pay respects at Abe's grave. At the gravesite, Vice Secretary Sato conveyed a message of condolence entrusted to him by Prime Minister Takagi and spoke about the importance of carrying on Abe's legacy. Abe was shot during campaign activities in July 2022 and subsequently passed away. The government has reaffirmed its respect for Abe's long years of political accomplishments and contributions to national development, while expressing its prayers for his eternal rest. LDP pushes for certain passage of bills, as constitutional Democrats call for careful deliberation on NHK's Sunday Forum. With the end of the parliamentary session just 5 days away, senior members from both the ruling and opposition parties appeared on NHK's Sunday Forum. The Liberal Democratic Party is showing its intention to secure passage of remaining bills, including the Imperial Household Law Amendment, within the current session. Meanwhile, the Constitutional Democratic Party of Japan is arguing that rather than prioritizing the schedule, important bills affecting the nation should undergo careful deliberation. The clash between the ruling party, which is rushing to pass legislation within the limited session, and the opposition party, which is emphasizing the quality of debate, has become increasingly apparent. 10 years since South China Sea arbitration ruling. 14 nations call on China to comply. Tomorrow marks 10 years since the International Court of Arbitration issued its ruling on sovereignty disputes in the South China Sea. The ruling rejected China's sweeping territorial claims in the region. Japan, the United States, and 12 other nations have issued a joint statement on the matter. The statement emphasizes that the arbitration ruling is final and binding, and that all parties should comply with it. The nations seeking resolution based on international law are urging China once again to accept the ruling. Ensuring stability in the South China Sea and maintaining freedom of navigation have become critical issues for regional peace and prosperity. Japan expanding alternative routes for crude oil procurement to bypass Strait of Hormuz. Since the effective blockade of the Strait of Hormuz, the Japanese government has been actively pursuing alternative routes for crude oil procurement that circumvent the strategic waterway. To secure crude oil supplies from the Middle East, Japan is expanding imports from different regions including Russia and Africa, while also diversifying its maritime transportation routes. These measures are gradually narrowing the decline in crude oil import volumes. The government says it will continue focusing on securing procurement sources and stabilizing supply systems to strengthen energy security. South Korean semiconductor giant SK Hynix lists on Nasdaq, raises approximately 4.3 trillion yen. South Korean semiconductor major SK Hynix has listed on the Nasdaq market in the United States. With its listing on the 10th of this month, the company has raised approximately 4.3 trillion yen in Japanese currency. As demand for AI-related technology surges rapidly, SK Hynix plans to use these funds for business expansion, including the construction of production facilities and capital investments. As a global leader in memory semiconductors, the company says it will leverage the raised capital to strengthen its production capacity going forward. SoftBank and PayPay consider investment in 7&i Holdings. SoftBank Group and mobile payment service PayPay are considering making an investment in major retailer 7&i Holdings. With multiple large corporations participating in capital investment, collaboration between telecommunications, payment services, and convenience store operations is expected to strengthen. This is anticipated to accelerate rapid expansion of the points economy. The aim is to significantly enhance customer convenience by integrating 7-Eleven and other convenience store networks with SoftBank's telecommunications services and PayPay's payment platform. Going forward, if business integration among the companies progresses, consumers are expected to enjoy increased point rewards and more usage opportunities, leading to revitalization of the overall economic ecosystem. Iran claims Strait of Hormuz blockade. U.S. military launches strikes against Iran. Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps fired warning shots in the Strait of Hormuz on the 12th, citing vessels' failure to follow navigation routes designated by Iran. Iran claims it will blockade the Strait of Hormuz. In response, the U.S. military has launched attacks on Iran, asserting that a container ship came under Iranian fire. The escalating tensions between the United States and Iran over the Strait of Hormuz, a critical maritime shipping route in the Middle East, are intensifying further. Iran's Revolutionary Guards say Strait of Hormuz will remain closed until further notice. Iran's Revolutionary Guards issued a statement on the 12th regarding the Strait of Hormuz. In the statement, citing foreign instigation, the Guards said multiple vessels are attempting to transit through unapproved routes and declared that the Strait of Hormuz will remain closed until further notice. The Revolutionary Guards explained they are demanding course corrections and transit through authorized routes, and said they plan to issue updated instructions on future measures. The Strait of Hormuz is a globally critical energy transport route, and this closure could further escalate international tensions. Countries including Japan are closely monitoring developments. United States conducts new attack on Iran. Iran announces temporary closure of Strait of Hormuz. The U.S. Central Command announced on the 12th that it had carried out what it called the third attack this week on Iran, citing Iran's open attack on a Cyprus-flagged vessel. Prior to this, Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, or IRGC, announced early on the same day that it would temporarily seal off the Strait of Hormuz until American intervention in this region ends. U.S. Central Command posted on social media that it conducted the third attack this week, in response to IRGC forces openly attacking the Cyprus-flagged vessel. The command stated, Iran was given another opportunity to demonstrate compliance with a Memorandum of Understanding after being held accountable for its previous attack on commercial shipping. However, it failed to do so again. Central Command further noted that the container ship, Galaxy, which came under attack, suffered major damage to its engine room, rendering it unable to continue sailing. The command said one civilian crew member is missing. The United Kingdom Maritime Trade Operations Centre, or UKMTO, announced it received word from military authorities that the crew was forced to abandon the vessel and is now in lifeboats. Earlier, Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps announced in the early hours of the 12th that it would temporarily close the Strait of Hormuz until American intervention in this region ends, according to state media. The previous day, Iran's supreme leader Mojtaba Khamenei issued a statement saying he must take revenge for his father, former supreme leader Ali Khamenei, who was killed in a U.S.-Israeli attack at the end of February. The statement was read on state television. Mojtaba Khamenei has not been seen in public since before the war, with rumors suggesting he suffered serious injuries in the attack that killed his father. England comes from behind to beat Norway, advances to World Cup semi-finals. In the quarter-final match of the Men's Soccer World Cup being held in North and Central America, Norway faced England at Miami Stadium in Florida on the 11th at 5:15 p.m. local time, or 6 a.m. Japan time on the 12th. After extra time, England narrowly won 2-1, securing a spot in the semi-finals for the first time in two tournaments. Midfielder Jude Bellingham scored both goals, bringing his tournament total to 6 points. England will face Argentina, which defeated Switzerland 3-1 in the other quarter-final match played after this game, on the 15th, or the 16th Japan time. Norway, which knocked out powerhouse Brazil in the knockout round to advance to the quarter-finals for the first time, consistently pressured England in front of goal, with midfielder Andreas Schjelderup scoring the opening goal in the 36th minute after kickoff. However, regarding a goal by defender Torbjorn Hegem that was pushed in during the 10th minute of the second half from a set-piece, French referee Clement Turpin reviewed the play using video assistant referee technology. He ruled it a foul after forward Erling Haaland pushed England's midfielder Elliot Anderson with both hands. As a result, Norway's crucial second goal was disallowed. In the first half, England captain forward Harry Kane scored, but the goal was ruled offside. England midfielder Bellingham received a pass from the left side during the first half's added time, drove into the penalty area, and scored. Then in the 3rd minute of extra time's first half, after the opposing goalkeeper deflected a shot, Bellingham, positioned near goal, drove it in with his right foot. This proved to be the winning goal.